Minecraft is a world of endless creativity and adventure, where every block tells a story, and every sound adds to the magic. Among its treasures, the music discs stand out as a delightful way to enhance your gameplay. You can turn something simple as a boring farming session into a relaxing task that you can enjoy. Minecraft discs have been around since 2010, when Minecraft was still in alpha, and some of the oldest ones were added into the game in July of 2010, which of those are discs called Cat, Blocks, and Chirp, which play some nice tunes and are definitely decent music discs. But there's one other music disc that was added, which wasn't really music, and that disc was called 13. Yeah, 13. Pretty boring name for a music disc, but this disc was not music, and I will show you right now. Obviously, these sounds seem to come from a cave and are similar to the cave noises that are in the game, and at the time, Minecraft only had 13 cave noises. Coincidence? I think not. As you listen on, there's more sounds like dripping stones or cave ambience, but then it cuts, and at 1 minute and 42 seconds, you can hear the hissing and exploding of a creeper. A few seconds later, you can hear someone jumping into water and then swimming out, and then more ambience plays. But a few seconds before the music disc is about to end, the sound just comes to a complete cut, signaling that someone must have turned it off. What I'm assuming happened was someone was in a cave, judging by the cave ambiences, and then ran into a creeper, where the creeper hisses and explodes, and to avoid the explosion, the person jumps into water and then gets out. After a while, I thought, okay, this 13 was just someone mining into a cave and running into a creeper, but it's so much more than that. You see, I listened very closely, and at the 105 mark, you can hear some sort of noise, and it took me unreasonably long to figure out what it was, but eventually I figured out it was arrows being shot, and one mob that shoots arrows is skeletons. Another thing I noticed was in the 1 minute 30 mark, there was a cutoff, and it picks up to the creeper exploding. But what was in that footage that was cut off? Well, this is where we turn our attention to Disc 11. Disc 11 is literally broken, as you see a chip right here. It starts off with someone walking, which assumes to be in a cave. There's also heavy breathing, which is new. Then there's this clang, which I assume to be a flint steel to light a torch or something. You can also hear coughing, which for some reason to me sounds very disturbing. But let's keep going. You can hear pages turning, which I assume to be that he's writing in some sort of journal or book. You can then hear our mystery player get up and start running again. And then it cuts at the 111 mark. At the end, you can hear static sounds, and I'm guessing that's probably how Disc 11 broke. It's because something went wrong. We don't know. We don't know what happened, but something went wrong. These two discs were pretty odd, and I was starting to draw a blank, and I was about to give up, and then I realized something. I realized that those time frames, like in Disc 13 with the skeletons firing arrows, and the beginning of Disc 11, where the person who gets attacked starts running, I realized that if you put them together, Disc 11 comes back with the running on stone, probably running away from those skeletons. And bam! There we go. Both discs are connected and they create a story. A person gets attacked by skeletons and runs away to a place where he can sit down, light a torch, and start journaling in his book. But then most likely a creeper found him or something, and he had to get up and start running again. Disc 13 also has a creeper exploding and him falling into water, which then he gets out of the water and then it cuts off. That's also the probable reason why Disc 11 is broken. It's because of the creeper explosion that happened. But these discs also explain why when creepers die to a skeleton that they drop a disc. It's because skeletons and creepers were both involved in these music discs, and these music discs dated back to Minecraft Alpha. Music Disc 5. Yet another amazingly titled music disc. Now this one was added not that long ago in the 1.19 Wild update, and judging by its texture, it's definitely themed after our creepy sculpt buddies. But this disc is different from all the others because this one actually has to be crafted, which the recipe being 9 disc fragments. Anyways, here we go, Disc 5. So, Disc 5 starts off with some weird warden sounds that last for a few seconds, but then we can hear the lighting of a flint and steel, and then it fades into what might be guards marching. Then we hear a sharp side, but then the sound transitions into a melody, which actually sounds like music for once. I looked into Reddit, and apparently it also sounds like the Aether soundtrack, a mod where there is a dimension opposite of the Nether. And also, for the record, the guy who made the Aether mod also made the 1.19 version, so, At the 1 minute and 3 second mark, the music stops, cuts back to lava boiling, and the placement of an amethyst. And it seems to cause an earthquake effect. Once it quiets down, our protagonist clicks his flint and steel. Then we hear more ambience and some coughing. Then a big boom sound can be heard a few times. Then, the tension rising, the protagonist, whatever he's doing faster, almost like something is after him, or after the people living in the ancient city. Then, well, I'm guessing the warden came out of the portal, and then a few seconds later, our protagonist made a terrible mistake. And as the disc continues, we can hear sounds of a portal shutting down. Now that we have an idea what Disc 5 is about, I tried countless times to figure out what might have happened. I mean, we know the warden attacked during the recording of the disc, but why? Why was an underground city trying to make a portal? I researched a good amount with some thinking, and then I got it. It's because they needed to escape. Pretty obvious, actually. I don't know why that took me so long to figure out, but you know. They needed to escape something. And I did some more research and thinking and brought it down to the most probable cause. And that cause was the Wither. It made the most sense to be the Wither, since in the overworld they couldn't hide from the Wither, because Withers in Minecraft will go for any entity, no matter how close or far away. It's hunting down everyone, so that's why they built those underground cities, to hide from the Wither. When they figure out that the Wither is going to eventually find the city, they need a way to escape, because going somewhere else has no point to it. So they made a portal in hopes that they could escape the Wither. Clearly it didn't work, and instead they summoned something so much greater. So let's go through the story together. First off, our protagonist who is chosen to light the portal approaches it. With some heavy ambience, we suddenly start to hear music. As we know, obviously the disc was made from fragments put together, so it could have possibly been a misplaced fragment, but it also could have represented what the people of the ancient city were hoping for. an amazing dimension where they could live without danger or worry. Anyways, after the music is done, our protagonist continues to work on lighting the portal. You can hear distant explosions from above and the distant screaming of the Wither. After our protagonist is done, he steps back away from the portal as it starts to light. You can also hear more distant booms of the Wither, which are starting to get closer and closer. Eventually the portal lightens abruptly as you hear shrieker and catalyst noises, and then the Warden comes out of the portal. Our protagonist, breathing heavily, doesn't know what to do. He walks toward the Warden not knowing if he's hostile or not, but our protagonist makes a noise, causing a skulk to make a noise, and then the Warden takes action and most likely kills our protagonist. The disc ends off with the portal powering off slowly, and that concludes Disc 5. Now there are unanswered questions like what happened to the Wither, and to that my answer was the Wither and the Warden probably had a face-off, and judging that there isn't a Wither waiting for you at the ancient city, the Warden probably won. You can also base the Warden off winning the fight because of the comparisons of health. Anyways, there we go guys, the mystery of these discs are solved. And to that I say no. No. These discs will never truly be solved unless Mojang themselves tells us what happened, but they probably won't. And then we will wonder, and wonder, and wonder. We can make as many theory videos as we want, but we will never know what exactly happened, and we will never know if we are right. Anyways guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to subscribe, drop a like, please. I have a Discord in the description, and let me know if you guys have any other theories for these music discs. Anyways, thank you guys, I appreciate the support. Peace.